What's up, everybody? Thralls here once again. I'm Necrotic.
I'm Jammin.
And we have yet another album review for you, and one that I want to do to round out this batch of reviews, because the last thrash album I listened to was complete fucking ass. So I want to listen to some good thrash. I saw this one, it was brought up in the comments. I actually kind of had it on our list anyway. I was like, you know what? I need this. So today, we are going over the latest offering from Violator, Unholy Retribution. This also comes out on the 5th of September on Kill Again Records. This band formed in 2002 in Brazil. This is only their third full-length overall. I've been a fan since their debut album, Chemical Assault. Absolute fucking banger of an album. I guess this band has had some issues with lineups, breakups and reformations, but they managed to get it back together, and this is their first full-length in about 12 years.
I actually never got into them until today. I've heard of these guys for sure. I mean, I know what they're about and who they are. I've just never actually sat down and listened to them. I kind of figured that I always would at some point. But I mean, you can't listen to everything, right? So
I try.
Right, I know you try. The whole town knows you try. That's not a fucking secret by any means. But
no. This band kind of came up with the whole resurgence of thrash in the mid 2000s with Municipal Waste, Evil, Warbringer was in there too.
I don't think though that I was as heavy into thrash as I am now until starting this channel. I was a tech death fan for ever and ever, and then I was a death metal fan, and then thrash, we started reviewing thrash, and I was like, yeah, man, this is cool, I miss all this. But a band like this, I just want to say, these guys love Sepultura, and we're going to get into that here a little bit more in a minute. But
and Slayer.
And Slayer, and I've been listening to Sepultura and Slayer for a lot of years, so I mean, I guess I can't say that I always wasn't into thrash, but it just kind of fell by the wayside.
We're legit listening to Beneath the Remains in the background, and we are having a hell of a time focusing because we both know every single second note of this entire album.
Riffs keep coming up and both of us end up jamming. I'm over here air drumming, so we're gonna get this video. It just may take an hour to shoot.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, about this album. This is, this is how thrash should sound. I'm just gonna go ahead and say right from the rip, this brings me back to when I first got into thrash. The production on here is fiercely, I would say early 90s, late 80s. It's got grit to it. Yeah. It's very organic sounding. This was actually done by, forgive me if I'm screwing up your name, Jarn Halen, who is the bassist of the band Carnation. But he pretty much captured I would say the old school kind of Roadrunner sound here.
Why, yeah.
I mean, it's just gritty. As soon as you hear the guitar tone, it's just got this rich kind of staticky, sizzly crunch. It's absolutely perfect for what they're doing. And man, these songs just take off. Instant riff city. It's high paced. The songs are, I would say a little bit longer, or at least long enough for a lot of riff changes, because holy shit, there are tons and tons of riffs on this.
Riffs for fucking days, man, and that was one of the first things I noticed. And right off the bat, there's so many riffs that it makes the songs seem longer than they actually are, even from the get-go. I mean, most of these songs are 4.5, 5 minutes, which, granted, I agree, is longer for thrash, but riffs, dude, just one after the other, dude. Persecution Personality, that one especially.
Oh.
There's probably 40 riffs in that song. And the cool thing is that none of them hang out too long. They don't overstay their welcome. And they seem to cut off at the perfect point, which is one more thing I want to bring up that I'm just excited to talk about. Flawless, seamless transitions. You can't tell. There's no misstep at all in any transition in this entire record.
Yeah, dude, this album is tighter than a nun's Virginia. And the pace of it, this is a very fast-paced album, and to maintain that speed throughout these longer songs and be just on the nose of these transitions, that's definitely something else. Lots of really cool short leads, occasionally some longer ones that are a little bit more melodic. Really cool placement of harmonies too. This isn't Harmony City. A lot of this is just machine gun chugging, fast paced. This thing is out to wreck your fucking neck.
Yeah, Chapel of the Sick and Rotten Hell, both of those songs, I think the harmonies are used wonderfully in there. The ones in Rotten Hell, first of all, that song takes a good, minute and a half, 2 minutes to really get into vocals. I thought for sure it was an instrumental. But about a minute and a half in, there's a section where you get this really cool lead melody stomp, And then on the back half of that, they harmonize it, dude, and that's a really good use of harmony.
And frequently bookending riffs, too.
Yep.
Like, if you really enjoy a riff on here, you're probably going to hear it again, you know, maybe harmonized in a more clever way or with, like, a lead on it. You know, pretty much everything on here, like, is very centered on the riffs and driving the songs. There really is, like, no lost momentum. Like, when they sink into grooves, like, they still have these rapid-fire, chuggy riffs. Like, dude, this album is just chug city.
Especially the Evil Order. First of all, another thing I like is that all the evil song titles seem to have more of an evil kind of tone to them. Like, they're all noticeably darker. So Cult of Death, Destroy the Altar, the Evil Order, and Rotten Hell all seem to have a more evil vibe to them. But the groove in the Evil Order, I like the beginning of that song. It's the first time that this record really pumps the brakes as far as speed is concerned, and it's almost doomy. Oh. And I'm just like, man.
It's pure evil. Like, it sounds like an old school Celtic Frost song.
Yeah.
They let the riffs kind of ring out. I mean, it does eventually start picking up the pace and chugging, and then, you know, explodes into like rapid fire thrash, but it's a good mood setter. Mm-hmm. There's not a tremendous amount of like extra atmosphere in here. Like, you get a little bit to kick off Hang the Merchants of Illusion, which is like dive bombs and like kind of a buried riff underneath all this satanic chatter.
Yeah, dude.
Yep. Now, again, it told me to, you know, murder John with a hatchet. I was like, no, I can't do that.
I have to go home, actually.
Yeah, so. I don't have a hatchet either.
See you guys later.
Now, if he said hammer, like, oh, no, I have one of those. We can make that list happy.
What do I have in the car? I gotta think about what I have in the car.
You won't get to the car. You also get a little bit of atmosphere on the last track, the longest track, Vengeance Storm. You get a legit storm that's just totally appropriate, but a good build-up from there. Mm-hmm. Actually, the whole front part of that song, I mean, all right, there's a lot of echoes of Sepultura on here. There's a lot of echoes of Slayer in here. The whole build-up in that one, you get a long instrumental lead-in. It kind of sounds a bit like Inquisition Symphony, which is fucking way up there for me in terms of Sepultura songs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of Sepultura and a lot of Slayer, Anthrax, Municipal Waste. This harkens to all the thrash classics for sure. Like, if this record's heart was Sepultura, Slayer, and Anthrax, it would wear its heart on its sleeve.
And it might just be like clever nods or like intentional tributes. You know, again, like, there's only so many notes you can actually play, and, you know, in terms of a combination to come up with a riff. And some of them land pretty close, like Persecution Personality. Oh. Absolutely love that song. Like, again, fierce Beneath the Remains vibes. In fact, there's a riff in there where, I mean, it sounds a lot like Inner Self. Like, it's super close. Chapel of the Sick, there are some riffs on there that sound an awful lot like some riffs on Hell Awaits, but they're arranged cleverly. Like, they're not just like taking those moments and just like writing them out. There's, again, like a swarm of riffs on here. And again, really fucking cool transitions. The breakdown that is on Chapel of the Sick.
It's nasty.
It's so evil. Oh. They ramp up the reverb on the snare and it just echoes, and you kind of get like these little background vocals. And dude, it just chugs it up. It sounds so appropriately evil. Like, this moment could have been plucked off of Rain and Blood, but no, this is theirs. This is 100% theirs.
Like, I was ready to flip Nick's table and stab him with one of the table legs. Like, I was ready. I don't know if you saw that, but I was ready.
I think my table would flip you.
I don't think so.
But yeah, this entire album just flat out throttles you with its energy. Mm-hmm. And there's really no breaks in here. In fact, like, track to track, like, you really don't get, like, much of a moment to really kind of like, oh, I need to catch my, oh, nope, we're going. All right, here we go.
Not until you get to the Evil Order. The first 4 tracks, there are no track breaks whatsoever. Just new song. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't stop. And even at the Evil Order, when it does get more sinister and slower and darker, still, those are not the moments that reign supreme on this album. The only thing that this album reigns supreme in is riffs and speed.
And me personally, I'll never get tired of riffs like this. I've been raised on these riffs. And, all right, this band is definitely not winning any points for originality. I would even say that about Chemical Assault too, which, you know, I think that's an absolutely awesome album. But, you know, this band definitely plays close to the source. But I don't blame them. The source is good, and it isn't as though these songs are like direct copies of Slayer songs or Sepultura songs. They have their own flavor on here. And these guys are clearly really awesome songwriters. The old school vibe that permeates this album, I don't know, like that is another thing that kind of just like makes this, I don't know, like resonate with me a little bit. Like even down to the drums. The drums have that big open concert tom sound.
Yeah.
Anytime he does a turnover, like dude, that just again brings me back.
Like they did a really good job to isolate the toms in the mix because it sounds like a whole separate track that they used for the toms to keep all the noise from bleeding out and the cymbals and whatnot. Because when he makes those turnovers, dude, they stand out like a lot.
I mean, when they isolate the riffs too, and there's a lot of moments where, you know, they just isolate a riff, let the energy build, and then get into whatever they're going to do, whether they're blasting off and flying or laying into like a sick groove or a fun gallop. You know, these transitions, like, they know how to, like, well up energy. Again, like, there's not a moment on here where I feel like it kind of, like, fell off at all.
And the transitions are so quick, too. Just stop on a dime transition, and, like, you don't really... I don't know, there's not even, like, a turnover or something that leads into transitions. Like, it's just straight through. Completely seamless. Like, they either did a real good copy and paste job or, like, they're just going. You don't even really get to the transition until you're in the next part. You're just like, oh, it's suddenly faster. Oh, it's suddenly slower. Like, I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've heard transitions this seamless.
And I would not call, like, any of the stuff basic. Like, you know, it doesn't really, like, qualify as, like, technical or anything like that. Like, but it is, like, riff savvy. Like, these songs are structured very well, and they're busy. Like, they're not, like, you know, I don't know, any song off the last Dark Angel album, which, again, I'm still fucking just, you know, completely let down by that. That album, you know, they would just lay on, like, the same riff, not build around it, not, you know, add a melody or a fun lead on top of it. Like, all the leads are, like, stock Kerry King ones. This album is great about riff changes and, like, revisiting those riffs. They'll even add stuff to it. Like, this is just thrash well done. Again, the only thing I could really knock it on is... well, yeah, you know, originality. Like, again, this sounds specifically like two bands I love, kind of blended together, and I have no problem with it, really.
Right. I mean, like, it started like, this sounds like two other albums. Well, those albums are badass. Well, yeah.
Well, they're executing it really fucking well.
Right. They did a really good job. Well,
is that a complaint?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Right. It is something you could point out, but it's not a complaint. Overall, I'm going to give this record a good, strong 4 stars. As solid as the riffs in this record and as solid as the stomp moments when they bring them in, man, that's how solid my 4 is. This is a damn good record. I don't really have any complaints outside of the complaint that we lodged that wasn't a complaint.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but, like, they're not reinventing the wheel, but man, they took this wheel and they spruced it up and they put fancy rims on it and
spikes,
good tires and spikes, and the rims have spikes coming out of them like the trucker things. Like,
it's more like tank tread,
dude. It's really well done, dude. The mix of the record is great. I thought in the beginning that maybe it was a little muffled, but it's another one of these things where once your ears acclimate to the sound, I mean, you're off. I didn't have any problems after that. So, yeah, the guitars sound crunchy and they snarl, dude. The drums have good natural tone to them. And again, the isolation of the toms is really cool. And you can't get past the fact that this record sounds like old school awesome thrash. Just through and through. You can't. If you're a fan of Beneath the Remains and Old Slayer and Exodus and Sepultura and... did I say Sepultura twice? I probably did. That's how big of a fan they are, and I am too. Anyway, if you're into that kind of stuff and thrash in general and you want a good pick-me-up after such a gigantic letdown in the last couple days, looking at you, Dark Angel, then yeah, check this out for yourself.
I am also at a 4, and I mean, honestly, I could almost justify a 4.5.
I mean, it's up there.
Again, like, my only thing is, like, yeah, if someone put this, like, in a mix with, like, a bunch of other thrash bands that I love, I might not be able to pick it out immediately. But I would also say, don't you dare turn that the fuck off.
Right.
I am having a good riffy moment here. This is, again, like one of those albums where it just kind of embodies almost everything I love about thrash, and particularly aggressive thrash. Like, this is just machine gun riffs. It's vicious. It still has melody, but it sounds more sinister and dark. The riffs on here, oh my god. They are catchy. They're vicious. I love the production. As soon as I heard that guitar tone, I was like, oh, there you are. Old friend. It just instantly just crunchified. Like, oh, this is wonderful. Very organic production. I love the vocals, too. The vocals, this dude has some solid cadences. Everything about this album is energetic. It does not let up on you for a second, even in the builds. Like, you can feel the energy welling. This is an amazing thrash album. If you're a big fan, again, of Sepultura and Slayer, mainly. Also, Evil, like early Evil, Sacred Reich, stuff like that. I mean, if you just love thrash in general, it's a safe bet you're probably going to really dig this.
Yeah.
So just check it out. Trust me. So, if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up, and if you were new to the channel, subscribe, because we do stuff like this all the time. We also have memberships. They're only 99 cents, and our Lone Perk is doing a members-only live stream, which we have gotten back to, and we're going to do again probably next month. I don't know.
We're definitely going to get back to them. It's at least going to be once a month. We'll see what we can do, but we're getting back to them. We're getting back to all of you guys.
Anyway, memberships are a main way to support the channel, and there's a join button down there for you to absolutely just fucking stage dive right the fuck into, headbutt someone maybe in the pit, maybe you smash a beer bottle on their skull. I don't know. Maybe get arrested too. All that, but make sure you hit the join button first before you get fucking arrested, because, you know, that'd be helpful.
I mean, that's fair.
That is fair.
That's a fair request. Even if you don't hit that membership button, though, even if you don't choose to join, it's not like we don't have tons of metal stuff going on literally every day. Nick's never-ending collection updates, States of Metal, is it metal, is it not metal, discography rankings. We just filmed At the Gates finally. It happened. We did it. I think you're done with the editing, right? It'll go at some point. I don't know when the hell you're going to see this review, but at some point it'll go up there. Just tons of metal content. We keep it rolling all for you guys all the time because we appreciate you. Once again, thank you for being a part of Thralls of Metal. We couldn't do this without you.
Yep, you guys absolutely roll. Tons of content coming your way. So one more big thank you because you guys are awesome, and we will catch you later.